Hi, I'm Milo from the Descendents, and we are at Groezrock. Is that close enough?
Yeah.
Okay, 2011. Okay.
Why can't you say you talk to me? You're already thinking about someone else.
We got here at about 2, and we've just been enjoying the bands and hanging out, meeting old friends really, because whenever we do these things, we run into all these old friends from other bands. So there's just been a lot of like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. So that's been great. Yeah.
Is there anyone in particular that you haven't seen for 20 years or something that's just kind of appeared? Or
I ran into the Toby from H2O, and I hadn't seen him since '97. So that's So he's been a big fan for a long time, and I love H2O. So we're gonna try and catch them tomorrow, I think, when they play.
So you said you've gone and watched a few bands. Like, who have you managed to see so far?
Well, just from the side of the stage, I saw a little bit of Sugar Cult. I saw a little bit of Thursday from the side of the stage, a little bit of Dashboard. It's basically the main stage, just because I'm right there. So yeah. And of course, I want to see NoFX later, and Dropkick Murphy. So yeah.
So what have you? Anya, have you heard quite a lot about this festival? Have you seen much about it?
I hadn't heard of Groezrock before, but then again, I'm not really in the know. I mean, back in '97, we played Pink Pop, and we played, I think, Pink Pop and Puka Pop back then, a few other festivals. But I know this one's been around for a while. We just never had a chance to play it back in the '90s.
So have you had a chance to kind of look over the whole sort of lineup for the weekends?
Yeah. I wish we would have been here yesterday, because I would have wanted to see some bands yesterday. Black Pacific, I would have liked to have seen. That's the Pennywise singer's new band, and he and I, made a connection a few months back. So, it'd be nice to see them. I think we're going to be playing with them in a few months, so we'll see them then.
So obviously you're off to London next to do a couple of headline
Yeah, actually tomorrow we play Berlin. We're playing at the Monster Mash tomorrow, and then we're going to go to London for 2 shows at the Shepherd's Bush. So.
It'll turn you on. He's gonna make you feel the way you wanna feel. When he stops to lie, when he makes you cry, I'll be there. My day will come. I know someday I'll be the only one.
So we've been speaking to quite a lot of the other bands that have come through. Some of the bands that you've mentioned there that have played today and tomorrow. So many of them have said, we really want to watch Descendents and stuff like that.
Right.
Have you have people kind of said that to you? Have people come across and kind of said?
Yeah, it's weird, because I think obviously amongst our fans, there a lot of the fans are in the bands. It's like the bands want to see us. I mean, I think. It's probably, Bill's obviously just an incredible figure in punk rock, from Black Flag to the Descendents to now producing lots of bands at the Blasting Room. And so he's just been this long-standing kind of constant presence, but not only constant presence, but just top-notch presence. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, he's one of the main reasons all the bands want to see us, because he's one of the best drummers out there. And so I think that partly explains it. It's just the technical aspects of what he does is very kind of influential.
I'll be there. My day will come. I know someday I'll be the only one.
What's next after the shows that you guys have got coming up? Are you kind of going to keep playing shows?
Yeah, we're doing a bunch of just, I would call them one-off shows in the States. Where basically fly out, do a show, and then fly back. And that's partly because I can't really go on tour per se. I've got my career as a research scientist, and I can only get X number of vacation days. So I take those days and I use them to go play shows, but I'm going to run out of them eventually.
So what are the guys that you work with? What do they think of kind of you? Does that get mentioned at work often?
I think most of the time what I find is that people really like to live vicariously out of their own mundane existence, and so. A lot of the people at the lab are like, hey, when's your next thing coming up? And especially want to know, when are you playing locally? Because they, so when we play Philadelphia, which is near where I work, that I'm sure they're gonna want to come to the show, and so I get a lot of support basically from all that.
What you want is gonna take you years to find out. I'm not giving up. And when you've had enough, you'll take your bruised little head and you'll come running back to me. You know that I'm gonna be the only one.
I like the name of your show too. It's